What is going on, comic fans? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark, and it's Tuesday. That means it's new DC Day while it still lasts. Time's ticking away as new DC Tuesdays come to an end, but we'll figure something out. There's still going to be new DC content excited for on Tuesdays, and that's still going to be a thing. Just figuring out some details on how I'm going to make it happen. But we got some good books to talk about today, some exciting events on the way. We'll run the giveaway and do all those good things, and then I'll head out to go pick up Finn. But before we do any of that, check this out. Give a huge shout out to the homies over at Big Time Collectibles. Be sure to check them out at their website. You can follow them on social media. They're always doing fantastic exclusives, convention exclusives. They have the monthly membership box, mystery box thing that really is a blast. You can find those on my channel. I unbox them every month. And if you need anything cleaned or pressed, be sure to hit up my good friend Justin over on IG. He can hook it up. I got his link in the description to all my videos. And a huge shout out to ABX Comics and Games, my LCS right here in Augusta, Georgia, where I picked up all these new comic book day books every week. If you're looking for a good entry point into the hobby of collecting comics or tabletop gaming or what would it be called, like collectible miniature painting and stuff like that, they got all that on their Facebook group, and that as well is linked in the description of all my videos. So yeah, be sure to check them out over there. They're also the LCS of the Comic Viking, Burke Family 54 Comics, as well as Collecting with Durs. So he caters to the long distance comic collectors as well. So if you're looking for any of that stuff, you don't want to miss out on ABX. Let's say hey to some of the folks in the chat. First off, Las Cruces. Don't know if you know it yet, my man, but you won a giveaway on the Comic Vikings channel. If you watch the video he posted today, he's asking you to send him his address. So if you haven't gotten that information yet, there it is. There's the information. So a big hello to Las Cruces. We got Flash Ray Video. What is going on? Hello, everyone. I hope I get the notification to make it back on time. Yeah, I forgot that I have like this countdown for live streams. It's always slow to populate people into the stream and everything. And I'm like, I'll run this countdown today. I haven't done that in months. But yeah, I hope you make it back as well. What is going on, Lisa? Happy DC Day to you. Hope you're doing good today. Cliff on Comics, my man. How's it going, Cliff? Hope you're doing good as well. Had a fantastic time hanging out with Cliff this past Sunday for Out Weeks In. He hopped on the panel and joined in the Dune discussion. You see, I've got the updated poster up there. If they give me those things at IMAX, I'll be happy to keep swapping them out. I got the Godzilla -1 underneath it, so I switched it out and added the Dune one to it. I guess next up on the to-do list will be Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire, which I saw today tickets are on sale for. So we're working out the details of trying to get there to the earliest showing we can. Let's see. What is going on, Scotty? Doing some organizing, pulling some books. Nice, nice. What is going on? El Green Machine is in the chat. What's up? What's up? I can't wait. Brian LCS, how's it going? What is up? Doing well. You, Mark? Yeah, I'm doing good. Appreciate you asking. That, goes to show you just how much of a Southern gentleman Brian has become since he's moved down south. I appreciate you asking. What is going on, Pops? Good to see you in there. Caden, what is up, homie? How are you today? Canadian Survivalist. Hello, hello. Trev, the shipping guru, has entered the building. What's up, homie? Hope you're doing good today. Hello, hello. Phil, how are you today? What's happening? So we only got 10 people in, so let's go ahead and show off some of the stuff that I'm giving away today. Part of this Tuesday's giveaway, we got to celebrate when there's a reason to celebrate, and today there is. We have a brand new Suicide Squad title that started this week. I will say that is only a 4-issue limited series, but the cool thing about that is stuff I'll talk about here shortly. But I'll just go and show you what we're giving away. I got the foil virgin variant for the brand new Suicide Squad Dream Team #1. Beautiful cover featuring Bizarro, Amanda Waller, Harley Quinn, Dreamer, Black Alice, as well as Deadeye right there. Super wicked cover. I'm excited for a Suicide Squad title. Now we have 2 Suicide Squad miniseries going. We've got the Kill Arkham Asylum run and now the Dream Team one that's starting. But that's going to a new home today to kick off the start of this brand new miniseries, as well as the start the countdown to the big event. And then all good things must come to an end, and that's what happens today with Wesley Dodd's Sandman issue #6. This is a beautiful variant by Sebastian Firmara. Couldn't leave it there. Like, look at that. It almost looks like an homage to The Dark Knight Returns, but man, that is absolutely wicked. This has been a fantastic series. It's the final issue. So they did the 3 Golden Age titles, and this is the first one that came out. And man, it's just the detail on this, and just, I don't know, man, it's something. So we got both of those will be given away. Of course, whenever we get the winner pooled, we'll start throwing in the extra stuff. We got pins, stickers, trading cards, all kind of good stuff that'll be going in there with it. And ABX, Paul over at ABX gave me a little sheet of extra stickers. So these are those nice, like almost like vinyl stickers on this. So I'll cut one of these off and send it in there as well. And then, of course, this will be the last week as of right now that I have the 2024 free comic book day swag pack will be going in there. So you've got the little van logo, this year's temporary tattoos, as well as the enamel pin. So this is all 3 of those will be added in there as well. And then the trading cards and all the swag stuff. So yeah, I'll be putting all that in there with it. Let's see, anybody else pop in here? Let's see. Meatwad number 1. What is happening? Good afternoon to you as well. The Adventurous Joe is in the building. Hello, hello. When you're in the Southern Hemisphere, do the rules change for Northern? I don't know if they're written rules, but they definitely change. They definitely change. Better than Brian's New York greeting. What's effing going on here? Exactly. Yeah, I love foil too. I know you got some people that will complain, oh, there's so much foil they're doing. Blah, blah, blah. Dude, they're fun. They're fun. They're absolutely fun. It's a perfect thing where if you like it, get it. If you don't like it, you ain't got to get it. That's a good part about it. What is going on, Stephen C? How are you today? Ooh, shiny. That cover is beautiful. Not a fan of Nicole's writing. Who wrote that? Which one? That's Vendetti. So you must be talking about Suicide Squad. I read it. It was definitely worth the read. Definitely solid. We'll talk about it first here in a minute. Let's see. Getting down through the chat. The band stickers are cool. Yeah. There's going to actually be a die-cast van, like the little like metal model toys that they'll have. I don't know if every LCS will have one for sale, but it's part of the merch for this year as well. So shops could order them to put in the store to sell, but I don't know how many people would really want to buy those. Yeah, the Prism covers were cool. Got you. The Squad. Yeah, it was actually solid. It was. They still make Prism covers. They make glow in the dark covers. It's not as often. What is going on, Tom? How are you doing today? What is up? So yeah, we'll kick it off talking about Suicide Squad Dream Team first. Brand new 4-issue miniseries from DC Comics, obviously. And creative team on this one all around. Nicole Maines is the writer. Penciler's Eddie Barrows. Inker. Pencil is what really matters. Eddie Barrows. So the artwork in this is actually super solid. Like the pencil work, super dope, super good stuff. Like solid issue. The premise of this is like picking up where we left off with some of these characters in other places. This book is a great testament to how tight the continuity at DC is right now. But the most important thing to kind of note is the trade dress at the top. Countdown to absolute power. So it's been a while since I've seen like an actual countdown to your event thing. And I'll be honest, it's got me excited. That's like kind of lit the fire even more for the summer event, Absolute Power, which I'm already excited for. We know the whole premise of it at this point. Well, at least a good part of it. Amanda Waller's been setting up and making this play to get rid of all the heroes in the DC universe. She's put a hit out on them. She's looking to strip them of all their power. She's showing up in every title across the board right now, orchestrating so much. She has taken over the Hall of Justice. She's changed like the societal viewpoint of superheroes and villainized them through the events of the Beast World thing. And now she's got Dreamer, this character that was actually introduced first in the Flash TV show, who was brought over via Superman comics into the comic books. Super cool character, has the ability to dream walk through the dreamscape. It's a tangible place that Dreamer can get to and access. And Waller wants Dreamer for her pretty much the premonition possibility of her powers. She set up this wild team right here with Black Alice, Clock King, Harley, Bizarro, Deadeye, and Dreamer, and they're sending these characters to Gamora of all places. Last time we saw Gamora was inside of the pages of Superman John Kent when he was trying to liberate it from Henry Bendix, who was like the dictator of that superpower continent. So Amanda Waller has business there. and we get into that in here. And we got to really wonder, like, what's the ultimate play though, because that's how Amanda Waller stuff is. But I'm digging it. I'm not too familiar at all with Nicole Maines. Don't know what else Nicole Maines worked on. If I picked it up, if I missed it, if it was good, if it was bad, I have no opinion. So that'll be me making my opinion through this. Now, I will preface this. I'm extremely biased to the Suicide Squad. I just love hodgepodge teams in general. And the weirder the team, the less sense it makes, the better. It's just awesome kind of stuff. And I'm excited because there's so much stuff that's like hanging in the wind with the Suicide Squad after their last run, with the Waller setting up shop on Earth 3, with Rick Flag having his own team that was coming for Waller. We don't know what's going on with his team yet. They're still out in the wind. We did clear up the whole Earth 3 thing. Waller is back here. Earth 3, like, abandoned. She's here. She's got plans. She has so many characters that we know are present that came back with her. There's the Earth 3 version of Fusion. You've got like Peace Wrecker that we've been seeing all the time with Peacemaker. So there's all kinds of stuff that is just like, it's there. It's behind the panel. They're just not pulling it forward yet. So that's kind of got me the most excited about this title, is when they start really showing their hand. Like, Amanda Waller's good about, like, she's like the equal opposite of Batman. She's always prepared. She always plans, and you can't beat her. Like, I can't remember a time when she's been beat versus just ran away to fight another day kind of thing. But I'm excited to see what they really do with this. There's tons of potential. I like that they're kind of building up an Amanda Waller event with a Suicide Squad title. It makes sense. And as far as the Absolute Power summer event, it's really cool seeing them actually build up to it, take the time and consideration to get you excited, get you in the zone. It's how it's supposed to be done. All the fun ones, all the ones that are memorable, always have that kind of quality to them. They always do. Love glow in the dark covers. Need more of those. Yeah, for sure. I want to go back and get the what was it, Geiger 1 glow in the dark cover. Like, you could get them pretty cheap still. Geiger number 1 is super undervalued right now. It's going to get hot. What is going on? ABX is in the chat. You have made it. At work, service sucks. Much heart. My legends. Thank you, Durs. Thank you so much. I appreciate the heart. We got ABX in the chat. That's right. ABX. My electric Superman glow in the dark in my room at night, using it as wall art. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. We are many. Hashtag we are Legion. What is going on, Ryan? Hope you're doing good today. Good to see you in here. Absolute Power looks a lot like Captain Power. Oh, yeah. It sure does, dude. It absolutely does. That's amazing. I didn't even notice that. And as soon as you said it, sure does. That looks like the old Captain Power. If y'all remember that old slapping your VHSs and your action figures work almost like Duck Hunt with it. Captain Power was super cool. Entropy and Comics, greetings. What is going on, homie? Good to see you today. Can't wait for Absolute Power. Yeah, it's going to be super cool. Super cool. Sleepwalker and Marvel Comics is Dreamer. Not quite as monstrous, I guess. Centurions being Absolute Power, Sincere and Power Extreme. I don't know. What is going on, Phil's Treehouse? How have you been? Hey, have you seen Dune? I haven't. I still got to see it a third time. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, y'all if you missed it, but I already have pointed it out and mentioned it, Phil. Yeah, make sure, if y'all have not, gotta go see Dune. Aggressively relaxing, throwing those custom emojis. What is going on, Kyle? Happy DC Day. We sure are, Legion. It's that guy, Phil. Just Leave Europe is okay. Okay. Saw our picture on that post office trip. There's a lot of ways you can take that one. Amanda Waller versus Batman. Go. Yeah, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. I gotta say, like, at the end of the first Suicide Squad movie, the little after credit thing they did, when Ben Affleck met up with Amanda Waller and said, "Shut it down," or "Me and my friends will," like, dude, I think that was like the most hyped I was for like an after credit stinger ever. That was amazing. That, or when Franklin Jella in the original He-Man movie popped up out of the water and said, "I'll be back." And I'm still waiting on Skeletor to come back. Maybe he will. I'm not here for a long time, but I am here for a good time. What is going on? The Comic Viking is in the chat. At work, we're just checking in. What's up, my fellow nerds? Hey, what's going on? Jeremy, hope you're doing good today. Hope work's going well for you. See Dune and book your trip to Heroes Con. Here. There we go. Brian LCS is on top of it. The two most important things in nerd culture today. See Dune 2 on the biggest screen you have available to you. And then we will see you at Heroes Con in North Carolina. And that's not long from now. Don't wait. Get your tickets now. That's going to be June 14th through June 16th, where myself, Rob Fat Sacks of Comics, and DJ Links will be set up at our booth for Heroes, for Comics Curing Cancer. It's going to be a good time. You will not want to miss out on that. There's going to be some awesome stuff there. You've been warned. You have been warned. Freebird the Nerd, what is happening? Hope you're doing good today. All right, then made it to the bottom. So keeping with kind of the absolute power stuff, Amanda Waller kind of takes the place of like the Trinity of Evil, I think is what they're calling it. We've done a Trinity of Evil thing before, but they're using that term again. You know, you have the DC Trinity, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, but we're going to have a Trinity of Evil. It's going to consist of Amanda Waller and then a character spinning out of the pages of Action Comics, which, you know, they ended Action Comics, Philip Kennedy Johnson run, and went straight into this Jason Aaron's Superman Superstars thing on the trade dress. Now, I don't know if this is going to continue. I've said this before. I'm so confused on what kind of format they're trying to do with Action Comics, because I know that we're going to have multiple creators. Like we have Jason Aaron's on this one. This is his third book in a row. Next book will be Joshua Williamson writing it, and it'll have the I believe it'll have the countdown to absolute power thing on it, because that title will now be focusing on the what is it, Rise of Brainiac, House of Brainiac. That's the big storyline they've been teasing and working up to. Yeah, next House of Brainiac begins. The big deal with that, and if you look at some of the cover art, they're already showing you have a Queen Brainiac. Like that's going to be part of the Trinity of Evil. Whatever happens, whatever's going on with Brainiac, there's a Queen Brainiac, which I'm assuming is going to come out victorious in the House of Brainiac stuff. And then that character will make its way to the Absolute Power event. Currently in Action Comics, we've been doing a Bizarro storyline where Bizarro, being Superman's equal opposite, is ridiculously good at magic and whipped up the most magic spell ever and took over the entire world, where everyone was Bizarro'd out. Now Superman is fighting with the Bizarro poison in him and trying to overcome it. Jason Aaron absolutely nailed it with this 3-issue story. It was fantastic. It's fast-paced. It's action-packed. This ending is heartfelt, and it really speaks to a level and depth of Superman that most people assume the character doesn't have. Like, I hear people that say it all the time. He's too one-dimensional. He's too boring. He's too much of a goody-good. He's too much this or that. And none of those things ever apply to an actual Superman comic if you read it. It couldn't be farther from the truth. And this is a great 3-issue story. Pick up 1061, 1062, and 1063. Give that 3-issue, it's a 3-issue story arc. Give it a shot. John Timms is doing the art, one of the most like iconic, beautiful artists for Superman. Like, it just fits so well. And this was awesome. Like, I really enjoyed Jason Aaron's on this. Now, I didn't really care for him that much on the Batman Off-World thing. I ended up dropping that. But this was fantastic. I'm really excited to see Joshua Williamson is jumping on it for the event titles or this House of Brainiac event, because he's doing the main Superman book, and it's been solid from start. Absolutely solid from start. So there's so much going on with Superman right now, and it's so ridiculously good. Like, if you assume you ever knew that character, think differently, unless you've been reading it since Philip Kennedy Johnson took over. Like, Brian Michael Bendis era put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, scared a lot of people off from ever jumping on or trying Superman titles. But he is the flagship character for DC Comics. He's a character without whom none of the other ones exist, and they're doing him proper respect and giving him proper creatives on him, and he has absolutely been dominating for like 2 years straight now. Like, y'all got to give him a shot. Got to give him a shot. At least if you're looking forward to the Absolute Power thing, watch out for that trade dress and like pick up the Superman adjacent stuff for that. But this Jason Aaron mini was fantastic. Fantastic. What is going on, Beckerman? I have arrived for New DC Day. Fantastic. I actually was watching you and Alan unbox and show off what you picked up from TM Nerdy, and seeing Alan's Optimus Primal, Yo-Yo Park Optimus Primal that he got. It was cool stuff. It was a good video today over on the Hucklebuck on the Comic Vikings channel. What is going on, Dope Comics? Hope you're doing good today, homie. We are the Brainiac. You are assimilated. Resistance is futile. That's super negative of you, Scotty. You got to be more positive than that. I so agree about Superman. House of L Comics. With a name like that, you better. But yeah, I have some bias, and so does he. But neither one of us are lying about how good the Superman books have been lately. Preach. Yeah, they're ridiculously good. DC should be cool with Marvel announcing the new X-Men creator lineup at Austin's SXSW. Although they might have done that because all my X-Men live in Tex-Men. Nope, that doesn't work like I hope. Okay. A swing and a miss, Becker. I'm not going to the chat long because I'm going live later on, but I will be watching. And if you just tune in, hit the like button for Mark. Thank you so much, Kyle. Thank you. Appreciate it. Come on, Legionnaire. Oh, yes. Smash that thumbs up. That definitely helps. DC should do a free comic with reprints like Marvel did last week. That was a treat. Was that what that was? I have a, like, Paul threw this free thing in my box. I have like 2 free things in there, like in this IDW 25. And, these are actually comics. This. DC should do a free comic with reprints like Marvel did last week. That was a treat. Oh, you know what the downside is? They put crappy comics in it. Oh, no. They should probably do it with good comics. Yeah, Marvel. Way to run people off, Marvel. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't read Miss Marvel, the New Mutant #1 or third #1 in 2 years, but I tried Immortal Thor. I was excited for a new Thor title. Al Ewing is a good writer and had the Ross covers, but man, Immortal Thor was a huge miss, and I bailed on it. So that's a cool concept, though, like taking a couple of books, mush them together, and putting out some free reads to try to get some readers on. That's a super smart concept. But weird flex with your title picks. Really weird flex. You sold that from the Borg, Scotty. They're going to want it back. They're going to want it back. What is going on, C. Bizzle? Hope you're doing good today. Yeah, that one. Nice. Well, now that I know that, I will definitely pay it forward. I have that Thor issue, and I have no desire to start reading Miss Marvel, the New Mutant #1. So the only Miss Marvel I'm keeping up with is in Avengers Twilight. That series is phenomenal. If they wanted people to start reading Marvel comics, they wanted to get people excited, they should have put Avengers Twilight in there. That would have done it. People would be like, yo, this is Marvel Comics. Man, I thought they were crap. Looks like they're good. Miss Marvel, the New Mutant #1 was actually good, and it was one of my 2023 underrated books. I believe you liked it. That's as far as I can go with that. I'm curious. I will read it. Who wrote it? Villani. Oh, the act. That's the one that the actress herself did. So there's a good chance that it could be good. That's right. Alon Villani wrote that one. So yeah, I might actually read that. I'll be honest with you, I'm not. I don't care 1 second about Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel or them palling around. But if they're your characters, I hope it's good. But I'm sure Alon Villani put in a lot of heart and love into that. But I'm just not for me. Not for me. What is going on, Gary Woods? How are you doing today? Yeah, always a sign of quality product when you give it away. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. So next up, a book that wasn't given away. They wouldn't even think about giving it away. And I got to tell you what, it blew me away. That's Jeremy Adams' Green Lantern, issue #9, out this week, Escape from Earth. Jeremy Adams and Philip Kennedy Johnson both had a huge obstacle in front of them, picking up and taking on the Green Lantern characters. They've had such a weird ride the past few years, going through like the start of 5G, the stop of 5G, the Infinite Frontier, the Future State, and all these unsuccessful attempts at launching a new era for the books. We successfully landed on Dawn of DC. Super successfully landed on it. Super solid ground. And first off, huge shout out to Steve Beach. He was doing the Action Comics covers. He's over doing Green Lantern covers now. Like, dude, it's got to be one of the best cover artists in the game these days. Like, just absolutely amazing cover. But I got to tell you, like these huge tasks that they were left with, Hal Jordan was off world for so long. He's home. Well, he gets home and so much has happened. The Guardians are gone. Oa's gone. The power batteries are gone. I don't have a ring. I can't leave Earth. And that's your starting point. That's like where you're having to start your series at. Like all the key factors, like if you explain to somebody tell me about this Green Lantern character. What do they do? Where are they from? Blah, blah, blah. It's like you don't get none of that. So how do you start from there? Jeremy Adams has successfully done it. He's built this character up and he's had a lot of questions that had to be answered. And he didn't just sit there and pretend like they didn't happen. He didn't just throw us past them like they weren't big deals. He's slowly answering questions along the way, taking us through this journey. And this issue right here just send it to the moon. Every issue feels like that. He's just sending this book, like absolutely sending it. What a huge revelation in this one. We're getting so much of the status quo aspects of these characters that we need to really like feel like we're with the characters, but he's not just returning anything to the way that it was at the same time. I'm trying not to spoil anything, but this has been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I cannot recommend it enough. The John Stewart one is still trying to get there. John Stewart's undergone the most radical journey in the past 2 years out of all of them, and he's still in the midst of it. He's still in it. But Philip Kennedy Johnson's doing a good job writing him, but there's still weird places for these characters, with very weird places with John Stewart right now. But got to check out Green Lantern. The backup stories have been solid in them, especially the last two. Last month we got one with Kyle Rayner, which was kind of sad but super needed. And then this week we're focusing on Jessica Cruz, and they promised that they would, and we are. And then Joe Mullins is in the mix. Guy Gardner is going to be the next issue. So, dude, a lot's going on with Green Lantern, and I've been saying it, since in these last couple of months, like we need to get the core back. Like I feel like this has got the potential to open up, like Jeff Johns opened up the Green Lantern core, and this issue does a lot to service that possibility. Does a ton to service that possibility. We will see, though. We will see. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Penguin, one of the best reads. Absolutely agree. That was last week. I picked that up. That's super fantastic. That was the second part in that the early days of Oswald taking over the Iceberg Lounge. Tom King is crushing that series. We got 5 more issues to go, and they have not yet called back to the opening scene of issue 1 yet. I cannot wait to see how we get there. It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope. So, yeah, who else is reading Green Lantern? And if you're not reading Green Lantern, drop a comment. Let me know why. What's stopping you? What's holding you back? Pool is too big, financials. I mean, there's a lot of reasons out there not to read it, but quality is not one. The book is ridiculous good. What is going on, Billy Power Max? How are you today? And then the last one on my list for New Comic Book Day, because it was super small week for DC. What else came out? What did I leave behind? I think there's like 2-3 titles that I left behind. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I mentioned it beforehand. Issue number 6, the final issue to Wesley Dodd's Sandman, part of DC's new golden age, takes place back in the past. Wesley Dodd's the Sandman. Smart guy. His dad was in weapons development. He develops this gas that's able to knock his victims out. And along the way, along trying to develop this gas, he went through numerous iterations of it, some too weak, some too strong, some too deadly. And in the first issue, someone breaks into his house and steals his research. And that's what this series is him trying to discover who did it, why they did it, and follow the clues and see where it takes them. We found out who did it, found out why they did it. Now it's up to him to see if he can stop them before they get this deadly version of his gas out to the masses. And this has been really good. Robert Venditti is writing it. He's writing it in such a quality way that it feels new, and it feels like it's set in the 1940s at the same time. He put a lot of thought into this, how these people react to these events in their world. And, they don't have computers. They don't have just like these simple telephones like we have. They don't have the same resources we do. So they respond to things differently. Like someone broke into your house and burned it down. Well, guess I need to go to the tailor because I don't have any trousers, like just the little things like that that really take you back into time, into this world. It's just been fantastic. Be sad to see it go. Riley Rosema is doing the art. Typically, I would say stay away from Riley Rosema because the art is atrocious, but that's not true. Riley's art services certain stories so well that it just needs to take more time into consideration what jobs he takes or where they put Riley for the art. Like the Robin King one shot they did, perfect. This Wesley Dodds Sandman, perfect. It's just fantastic. So I'm gonna read this one in the car line today when I go to pick up Finn, and can't wait to see how that one goes. What do you think of Gunn's pick for Perry White? I forget the dude's name, but I don't really think one way or another. Perry's just such a side character. It really doesn't depends on how much you need him in the story. As far as I know, the dude just has done like television acting. So I feel like Gunn like really just promoted this dude. So I think that's pretty cool. Hopefully he will absolutely bring it to the role. I can't think of a time we've had a bad Perry White. So hopefully he doesn't break the streak. We keep it rolling. I'm reading Green Lantern. I've been licking it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, that is going to suck now. Salem's Lot remake is going straight to streaming on Max. Okay. Shout out to Salem's Lot. The first one, how long has it been since we had a Salem's Lot? It's been like 20 years. Sandman was a great read before I dropped it. Cut a lot of new books to save for heroes. That's fair. Super fair. You can always download the DC Universe app for like $5 a month and read countless stuff on there. Never read a Green Lantern, but I like him. Strange. Dude, jump on this run. Jump on this run. This is the one. This is the jump on point. It's a starting point, and it's the one. There's plenty of characters out there like that. Like you just like, I like the cut of that character's jib, but I've never picked up their books. I'm reading Green Lantern. It's great, but I'm likely to drop it to switch to trades. Need to make some cuts somewhere. Yo, I'm feeling that too. I'm weighing the pool list. I'm mentioning it in some of my top 10 videos. Certain stuff is on the chopping block, and my main thing is it's time. It's a time constraint. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 3 books from last week I'm behind on that I haven't finished reading yet. I've got the final Batman City of Madness that I haven't had a chance to read yet. And I even have Gargoyle of Gotham #2 I haven't read yet. So there's stuff that's just falling behind. It's so hard to catch up when I fall behind, and more stuff's coming out. And then, April 3rd is official Ghost Machine Day. That's where the new era in comic books kick off with Geiger, Redcoat, and the Rook all on the same day. And I will be pulling all of Ghost Machine. So that's going to be 3 more titles added. And I don't know. Luckily, a lot of stuff I'm getting is miniseries, but it isn't like when these end, I'll have less on my pull list because they just add more. Like today, Wesley Dodds, Sandman finished. Dream Team started, just one for another. But I don't know. It always tends to work out somehow. You overthink things, it makes it harder. 75% of the things you worry about in life never actually happen. So just let it work itself out. Did they gender swap Perry White, the horror? I don't think so. No, that's some dude from TV. Let me see. James Gunn, Perry White. No, they didn't gender swap Perry. It's definitely a dude. Let's see. Wendell Pierce. Yeah, he looks mad familiar. Like I know I've seen him. Let's see what he's in. Wendell Pierce, movies and shows. He's in the Jack Ryan show on Amazon. He's in The Wires and Suits. Waiting to Exhale was a film he was in. It looks like he's in a lot of television shows and then a few smaller parts in film. Some films he's in. Man, he's been rocking for years. Goes all the way back to Hackers in 1995. He was in Selma. That's a big deal movie. So he's been in TV and movies. I don't know why. He was in Ray in 2004. Ray Donovan as well. Speaking of Rays, dude, he has an extensive list. Extensive. But yeah, Wendell Pierce is the actor they've got playing him. Definitely a solid name. Yeah, I think he'll do perfectly fine. I think he'll nail it in that case. He's got the chops. DC Universe is great, but $8 a month. Wish it was $5. Yeah, I pay it annually. I don't know how much it comes out to a month. Book prices are outrageous. Yeah, can't really argue that. This was $5. This was $4. This was $4. This was $5, but it's thicker. $5. So if you're looking for like if you're looking for a JLA character, you're looking at $5 a book. If you're looking for like a non-JLA character, you're looking at $4 a book. Penguin is $3.99. So yeah, man, like I know people say they're bad, but I mean, that's really not that bad for the amount of enjoyment I get out of it. I spent like spent 20 something dollars at the LCS today. That ain't bad. Really ain't bad. I know it's hard out there for some people and stuff like that, but it just really ain't that bad. Not when you can still read them for, like you said, like $8 a month. Read as much as you want, literally as much as you want from the past to present. I had to cut back my pull list too. Ha ha ha, pops. And some writers are very lackluster. A lot are. I'm not going to lie. There's so many comics out there these days, though. Like, so many. Not just from the big three, Marvel, DC, and Image, but I mean, period. Like, go to leagueofcomicgeeks.com and look at just a small release week. You're looking at like 50 plus titles. Out of 50 plus titles, if you cannot find like more books than you're willing to buy that are absolute quality, I just don't believe that. Like, I don't believe that one bit. I feel like as much stuff as I get that I like, that I love, I'm still super picky to my taste. And it's hard for me to read a book and like regret having read it. Like there's just, we're all like, I'm at a point where I'm trying to replace titles I'm enjoying for titles that I'm going to love because I don't have enough time in my week to read them all. Like of course, there's always going to be lackluster people in any field, but there's still so many more quality pieces coming out these days. Like it's all there. What is going on? The Mad Respect. How are you? Yes, guy from The Wire. Great actor. I'm just trolling all the butthurt fans that get all upset when it happens. Yeah. I mean, I think there's a time when it works and a time that it doesn't. Gender swapping characters really just comes down to bad casting choices. Even like you can not gender swap somebody and still cast the wrong person for the role and it end up being just as bad. There's times when it works, times when it don't. Dune Part 2. Dr. Kynes. Gender swap. Worked just fine. He's a good actor. It was the Jack Ryan series. There we go. Oh, he was in Hackers. Yeah. So everyone, see, it's one of those people, like everyone's seen him. You've seen stuff with this actor in it. Yeah, so it's going to be cool to make him a household name. And if there's a franchise that should be able to do it, it should be Superman. Hack the planet. I was supposed to cut back. Then my dumb self adds to the pool list. That's the way to do it. Ray Donovan, there you go. Hack the planet. Actually enjoyed the Giant Size Fantastic Four. Curious to see where the new characters go. Well, yeah, we'll see. My monthly bill is $7 plus since the start of 2024. Is that for the DC app? You buy every comic every week? Exactly. Is it semi-weekly shipments and also Kickstarter and FOC boxes sprinkled in? Boom. That's a good little mixture there. The BSG Starbucks being a girl actually worked. One gender swap that worked. I just love reading a comic book. It's a chance for me to relax and escape into a world. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was saying about Sandman. Like the way that Robert Venditti writes it and with the artwork, you feel transported there. You definitely feel it. The big two have backed off a lot with woke implementation on their bigger books. Yeah, I'll agree to that without like trying to twist what you're saying, just taking it at face value. Like, yeah, like it doesn't feel like it really comes down to like politics have always been in comic books, but the amount of politics and real world politics versus like just kind of like universal messaging is like really went up for a couple of years across titles. It seems to be backing off a little bit. Comics have always been a fantastic place to be reminded like we need to do better. Sometimes stuff hits us because maybe like I'm not being the best version of me, and that kind of hit me in the face and kind of called myself out on some stuff. And comics have always been good about doing that, but it seems like that kind of stuff was used as a crutch more than like making a fantastic story. I don't know. Sometimes writers just don't know how to write a good story, and they just use that kind of like political ideology stuff because it's like a layup to write a story off of. Let's just take this and build a story around it instead of finding a way to make the story about that. If they have a discount for DC Infinite in a year, I'll definitely get it. Yeah, they post them up regularly. I don't want to say regularly. I've shared them a few times to my my IG and stuff when they put up the little annual discount thing. What is going on, circumstances? Please lovingly caress that like button and then be sure to click on circumstances and turn on that notification bell. He'll be going live tonight to do a was it WonderCon recap and show off what he picked up. Go work. Am I right, guys? I love Claremont X-Men run. Cool comics. Yeah, there's definitely what's up? I just came in here to show me how delicious your egg rolls are.
No, do you want when I came in here to hide from her because
I don't want
because we don't have chicken nuggets, so I don't want to eat anything in front of her.
Oh yeah, that's rough. Planet Comic Con, there it is. Planet Comic Con, that's the one. So yeah, I'm excited to see what Marcus picked up. I did see where he shared the photo where him and Beckerman were smiling like kids, giddy excited with John Bernthal in between them, giving him the middle finger. I'm like, dude, that's like the perfect photo if I've ever seen one. That's amazing. Pushes up my glasses, high-pitched whining nerd voice from The Simpsons. According to this chart, you can see woke levels while not down to the levels that we ever wanted, getting more echoes. Exactly. So yeah, it's different strokes for different folks, but dude, there's also a huge level of dishonesty from folks if they pretend like comics didn't take a wild turn into like the real world. Like that's just being dishonest. That doesn't have anything to do with the quality of the book or not, but not being like, yeah, they did kind of just like dive headfirst into a very specific ideology. Like there's nothing right or wrong with it. It's not a right or wrong thing. It's just like if people want to read it, if they're good stories, you're making the correct decision. If it's harming the quality of your books and the sale and the health of your business, shift. And that's what they did. We got to get more. I think y'all ate all the ones with the cream in the middle. Yeah, y'all ate all those. We got to get more. I mean, I'm telling you, there's none in there. You can shake your head no, but that doesn't make them magically appear, baby.
Can we buy some?
Absolutely. You want to do like normal and help me pull cards and stuff here? Okay. Yeah, I'm not at all, Taylor. I mean, that's just misusing. That's misusing the word. I think, see, that's the thing. Like, everyone just uses words differently. Like, people use woke just to paint a blanket over stuff they don't like and try to justify not liking it. People use woke to try to say anything that's political or that's not. Like, I think like the most like the way that I see the term, the most honest use of the term is where you're putting your personal political ideology over the importance of your quality storytelling. Like it has nothing to do with left or right. It's just like where your intent is, where your intent is. What is going on, Perry? How are you today? But I feel you. Politics have been in comics ever since then. And, back then that was kind of a hot button thing too. That was a hot button thing. I swear to you, every cartoon I watched as a kid would be considered woke now. Probably. Well, to be fair, my kids watch a lot of cartoons and I don't think I think some would when we were kids, but I think you'd have people there. Every cartoon would be called that at least by some people, at least by some. But that term's lost almost all meaning with woke because people on the left want to overuse it to try to devalue it. People on the right overuse it, thinking that they're getting somewhere, but just completely devaluing it. It's just become pointless. Modern woke versus yesterday woke are probably two different things, especially to people who have lived longer. I completely agree. I mean, I can't imagine there being anybody in this chat right now who isn't older than the modern day terminology for woke. Like it was like 4 years old, 3 years in the sense that it's being used now at best. You know, I don't know. It's a useless term. I think extremes on any angle, any side are just useless. Get us nowhere. Boom, 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 boom. But start throwing that hashtag in the chat. I want to share my screen. And we shall start getting ready to do the giveaway. Getting close to a quarter till. And, we got to pick Finn up from school. Got to leave here at 3 to do that. But I get to do my my car line reading. I don't like that one. I like that one. Let's see. When the battleground is the X-Men and Star Trek are too woke, well then, rises from the ground, eyes to the white, Kirby crackle energy coming off my building form. The woke have already won. Yeah, I don't, man. See, that's the thing. Like, I think everyone likes to try to grab onto comics and like say, well, this is woke and everyone likes this. Like, why would you try to champion that terminology? It's a terminology used for lazy creativity. Like, that's what I mean. Like, people just talk past each other. Like, people trying to champion the X-Men as woke. It's not. Like, modern X-Men might be, but go back and watch Stan Lee interviews. Like, he's famous for saying, I created the X-Men because I was too lazy to invent their powers. It's a sign for bigotry, not like it's not political. And I try to make sure all the messaging is in the background as not to hit it over anybody's head, because that way it applies to everybody. Like, the X-Men doesn't represent the black people of the time. It doesn't represent the gay people of the time. It represents anybody who's felt shunned. That's why that's why it was so attractive to any and everybody and not just to any one specific group. And that's what's lost with like woke storytelling. You're not writing in an open for everybody attractive manner. You're writing for one specific person and telling everyone else it's inclusive in the process. It's not accurate. It's just 100% not accurate. Point proven with X-Men 97 that's coming out. The showrunner for that is a gay black man from Alabama who said that the comic content that he most attached to on a personal level as a kid, as a gay black kid in Alabama, was the original X-Men cartoon series, which, didn't get into politics. It wasn't very diverse, especially for its time era and stuff like that, but yet somehow it's still called to him because it was wide open for everybody. They intentionally don't name people this or name people that or name people this, especially terms that apply to our real world, because you're now limiting your audience. And Stan Lee is smart enough to know that and have it open for all those people at the same time. Like, that's the whole concept of like woke is losing that ability just to tell your one message. It's just, I don't know how people on both sides don't see this shit. It blows my mind. Blows my mind. Stay woke, my brother, has been around a very long time. The mainstream took it and mutated it like most things. Absolutely. That's why I said like the modern terminology for 3 years. That was a very specific thing. I think like the terminology for this use is already shifted as well to awoken. Like they're like, instead of saying I'm woke, I have awoken. Like there's still semi terminology where you're still referencing it in the original usage. Like even the people that would self-identify as woke has moved away from it, and that, like, it's just crazy how I blame it on TikTok. I blame everything on TikTok. TikTok ruins everything. People with TikTok brain just jump on trends and just ride them out and don't actually like communicate realistically with people and just repeat sound bites and have no depth to what they're saying. It's sad. It's sad, but we're still new to social media in the grand scheme of things. We'll get better. We'll get past it. I have faith in us. I always related to the X-Men and the New Mutants in the 80s because I felt like the underdog. Exactly. Everyone can relate to the X-Men. Everyone can relate to these characters in a sense of like always feeling like I wish I was loved more. I wish I was liked more. I wish I was better on this team. Like it's so accessible. And taking away its accessibility by naming it this or naming it that, all you're doing is closing doors. You're not opening doors. But exactly. See, Mark, yeah, I've always got it, my friend. I've always got it. It's this stuff is so basic. It's so basic. Just ignore social media and have real discussions. And everyone that what's crazy is how much we all agree. It's where our words that we use have slightly different meanings to them. Like words don't have meanings, they have usages, and we're all using them slightly different. And when we come to agreement on our terminology, we find out that we're not so different after all. I'll leave it at this. A certain amount of empathy is healthy. Too much empathy is like anything else, unhealthy and dangerous. 100% agree. Yeah, you can. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, my friend. 100% agree. On the flip side, writers have been writing straight white stories for decades. The difference is now straight folks think they're being excluded because, this isn't a straight or gay thing. I agree. I agree to this. There are those. That's why I pointed out like those people out there that just paint everything woke because they don't like it. Like perfect example. Anybody out there criticizing the Alan Scott Green Lantern series that's going on right now, you haven't read it. You're a liar. If you scream at it and call it woke, you have your head in the sand crying woke. There are those people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Completely agree. But I also think this is a broad brush too. You got to be, we have to be careful trying not to paint with as well. Like, there are some creative, like the mass, like, God, the talent pool of these, especially at the big two, because those are the characters that we most love. We spent most of our life like experiencing and enjoying in comic books. A lot of these creatives that are working on these characters have little to no experience. Like, I wonder how they got this job. Should you have to read a certain amount of like back issues before you start writing a character kind of thing? So they don't always service the character in a good way. I never cared about anyone until they forced me. There you go. Damn you, TikTok. Yeah, I blame TikTok for everything. The Chinese and Russian. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, I just blame it on TikTok attention spans. Like I get into that. Like TikTok is like because I'm a huge fan of movies. I'm like I like, give me a 3-hour movie. If it's good, make it 5 hours. I don't care. So there's gonna be years till we get the next one. But this whole mindset of like, oh, the movie's over 2 hours. I hear that so much and it enrages me. I'm like, yo, it's a movie. It's not a TikTok. You'll be okay. Go enjoy it. Yes, outcast and didn't fit in, whatever the reason. Exactly. They're using what's great about us against us with all this disinformation. I think people just need to shut up and quit being P words. That's also true. Like, yeah, I think everything I've heard here in the chat is absolutely true. It's not a right or wrong thing. There's shades of this and all this stuff, even with what I'm saying. Like, I try my hardest just to gauge these books on the merits of them. That's why I said it's not always bad when you gender swap someone, because it's true. I can give you examples of when it works. I can give you examples of when it doesn't work. It's not always good or bad when we try to make the comics like more better reflect the world we live in today, because the world we live in today is in fact a reality and things look so different in 1940s. That's why I use the Alan Scott as the perfect example. That character has been around since 1940. They have since then revealed that the character is a homosexual man, but they have made it actually make sense in the comics. It wasn't just dumb. We need to check off this box and he had a girlfriend, this, that. Well, he's just gay now. Well, read it. It's the only time I've seen it work so seamlessly, and it actually makes so much sense. And the book is ridiculous. Tim Sheridan is absolutely knocking it out of the park. Absolutely knocking it out of the park. So it's never a white or black issue. It's the quality there. That's why I said woke is when you're prioritizing your personal real life activism ahead of being a steward of the character you're writing, because these characters existed long before us. They'll exist long after we're gone. It's up to us to make sure that we just see them through. That's all it is. Are you helping the character, or are you just being selfish and a child when you're writing them? Let's see. I've been woke since 8 a.m. Boom, there you go. Pops is in. He's in. Yeah, anyone that hates Jaime Blue Beetle because he's not Ted, why? Dude, those two characters go hand in hand, though. You can't have Jaime without Ted. Like a legacy character, Ted's not even the original. There's some people that just don't know. Plain and simple, a good story is a good story, just the same for a bad story. Boom, 100%. Yes, my man, he is back. Dude, it was so good getting to see Colin hanging out last Friday. I hope he's there this Friday morning. At first, I thought you said, I like boobies. And I looked at me. And I'm like, me too. Oh, movies. I do like boobies. I'm not ashamed to admit that one bit. Personally, I disagree to agree with you. There we go. Yeah. So, yeah, it looks like I got about 7 minutes before I got to head out here. So I'm going to try to get through these comments pretty quick. I'm mad that they put Martian on the premier superhero team of DC. How dare you? How dare you? John Jones is an American treasure. And I will tell you, I'm not going to tell you what book, but John Jones makes a cameo, the smallest cameo in a book from this week, and it got me excited because that's another character that's been sidelined. Like, where's John Jones? We haven't seen him since Lazarus Planet, one issue, when he took on the pain of the entire city and that Doomsday left on it. Like, so hopefully he comes back. I'm excited to see him back. Just like Fire and Ice, I dropped it. Nothing about them being gay or anything like that. The storytelling was just boring. I didn't even know they were gay. I know they kind of it's kind of like easy to imply that. So that would be a good one that just kind of naturally fit. They've always been fire and ice, and even in the human target, like the implications were all there. All you got to do is take that next step. So some of these things write themselves, you know. But I never picked up Fire and Ice because I looked at it on the shelf and I saw the name of the book was Fire and Ice and assumed it would be pointless. So I just left it there. Those are what is it called? Like those are sidekick characters. I hate to even call them sidekicks, especially after watching that movie Sky High. Those are hero support characters. Hero support. Yeah. What is going on, K-pop? All right, let's get ready to spin this. This has been a fun discussion. I like getting into all this stuff. It's just, I don't know. I'm passionate about comic books. I love this hobby. I love this industry. I love being a fan of it. And I love talking about this stuff. It reminds me to keep my feet on the ground too. But tell you what, we're going to be giving away Wesley Dodd Sandman issue number 6. Look at him, even in the gas cloud. You see the skeleton up there. How cool is that cover? It almost looks like an homage to the Dark Knight Returns. You can see like all the detail and layers to his costume with the mask texture, the vest, the straps around it, the canisters hanging. This beautiful variant is by Sebastian Firumawa. I'm not good with names. I'm not going to pretend like I am. I'm not good with names. The next book up, kicking off the countdown to absolute Captain Power, is Suicide Squad Dream Team, issue number 1. Now, I love this book. Again, like some people will read this and they'll scream woke because the character Dreamer. The book was phenomenal. It was written right. Like, again, it's all in the quality of your story, you know. But yeah, super cool book. Dreamer's a super dope character. I love what they're doing with the dreamscape and the dream walking, and I love the aspect of Amanda Waller abusing it. Like, what a character, just prime for the taking from Amanda Waller. Prime for the taking. Let's see. Awesome Sam cover for sure. Dreamer isn't woke. She's asleep. She's both. Yeah, I'm both. She's able to access the dreamscape while awake, and that's part of like what's the hardest part of getting through her powers and getting to understand them. And it's kind of sad what happens in this book too. I mean, it's a Suicide Squad book. Super sad. So we're going to get ready to spin this. I've got 43 people watching. Please hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. We've got 33 people showing on the entry. So if you already put it in there, put it in there again. I'll give you a few more seconds. Sometimes it doesn't pick everybody up. Sometimes it does, but you don't want to be the name that it leaves out. Never believe anything you read on the internet, especially TikTok. That is how World War I started. A quote from Abraham Lincoln. That's got to be the comment of the day, right? That's got to be the comment of the day. We are Legion. We are woke. There you go, Taylor Winder, my man. Glad you're feeling better, Taylor. Dude, last week seemed rough for a lot of people in the comic community. We had a handful of people feeling less than fantastic, but I'm glad to see everyone made it through and are doing good and everything. But yeah, so let's see. Not picking up any more so far. What is going on, J-Med? Good to see you in there today. So what I'll do, I'll draw for a winner, and then I've got these I've got 3 more or 2 more? Let's see. I've got 2 more bookmarks. Make sure I got this right. Yeah, I'm going through a whole set at a time. So I got, oh, where's the other? Okay. So I've got 2 more bookmarks, and then I've got a whole second set of bookmarks. So we're going to get through one set before we do the other one. Then we've got the DC Cosmic cards. Now in here, there's some have been pulled, but there's even some of the newer DC Hero cards, which are like new trading cards that on the back have QR codes that you can scan and get an NFT version of the card and collect it inside the DC Hero app, which is really fun. I ordered a bunch of those on the Black Friday sale. I've only opened a few, so I've got to open more and see if I can find some more doubles. But I ordered the Black Adam movie set because I enjoyed that movie. We also have the Injustice trading cards that were donated by ABX, and of course, I'll throw in the brand new sticker and the free comic book day swag. So yeah, we'll put all that into the backing boards, and I'll get them shipped out to the winner next Tuesday. All right, let's see. Sup, all just been listening from the other side of the room. Nice, nice. I would hate for you to listen from this side of the room. Did he say that, or did he say the news say he said that? Yeah, dude, on the news. Oof, that's a whole different story. Just avoid it. Just avoid it. Life's too short to listen to the news. So let's see. Let's spin this bad boy. Let's see where we at. So I did pick up a couple more there. So let's spin this. And again, this is free shipping worldwide if you are a channel member, because since that is a paid subscription tier to the channel, I feel like you've already done more than enough. I appreciate the support. If you're not a channel member, it's free shipping in the lower 48. If you're outside the lower 48, you're more than happy to prize tag somebody, or I can give you a shipping credit. You can pay the difference, up to you. So let's spin this thing. And the winner for today's new DC Day giveaway is Hector Ortiz. Congratulations. Previous winner coming back in for another one. This is an awesome couple books here. I'll get your name on that. So let's start adding to the giveaway here. Hector Ortiz. Boom, got your name on there. First up, down to the last two bookmarks, we've got Arthur Curry Aquaman or Jackson Hyde Aquaman. So you get to pick which one of those you want. And then next week we'll give away the other one. Then got an entire second set of the Dawn of DC bookmarks. We'll start rolling through those. But I want to get rid of one set before we get into the next. So Aquaman or Jackson Hyde? Let me know in the chat. And then we got the Injustice cards. I'm just going to shuffle these up a bit. If anyone sees him answer, repeat his answer, because I don't see it in there. Arthur bookmark. There it is. Boom. So get that added in there. And I'm going to... I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. Who'd you get? Boom. You got the foil classic Cyborg from the Injustice card. Mama, do you want to pull the cards? You don't have to, but if you want to, come on. Remember, we need 3 of them, and you can't look. You can always, because it's we just have to guess. See, I'm like, you can't look, and she looks and puts it back. All right, grab one. We need 3. Turn it over. You want that one? We'll do that one. Okay, grab some more. So first up, she got you a Greatest Battles from Invasion with Superman. You really don't like that one. Hold on. Let me get some from the bottom and put them up top. There. Mix them up. I know what she's trying to do. She's trying to find a girl card.
One hand on her head.
Is that a ball?
Yeah. You want that one? All right. You got Panther and one more.
It looks like a pencil.
Here, you want to do this one? And then you got Golden Age Flash, Jay Garrett. So we'll throw the 3 of those in there. And also, don't forget, you also got the free Comic Book Day 2024 tattoo set. You got the free Comic Book Day 2024 logo van sticker. Free Comic Book Day 2024 enamel pin. Don't forget, first Saturday in May, free Comic Book Day. And then you'll be the first one to get one of the new, feels like vinyl stickers from ABX Comics and Games, who throws in a lot of this extra swag stuff. So all that'll be added in there, Hector, and I'll be heading your way. I appreciate everybody coming to watch. She would be okay too. We like to pull them blind, though. Yeah, Wonder Woman rock. So yeah, got those in there. I think there's 3 of them. Yeah, so yeah, final pool is Jay Garrett, Invasion, and Panther, Cyborg, all the free Comic Book Day stuff, the Arthur bookmark, and I'll get you the ABX sticker cut and tossed in there as well. So thank you so much. I appreciate, yes. Hey kids, free comics, get in my van. That's it. So, and if you're curious about what books are coming out this year for free Comic Book Day, I do have the entire preview video pinned at the top of my page. I'll keep it there. It'll stay there pinned until after free Comic Book Day, because it's a huge event. It helps out our shops tremendously. Make sure you get out and support all your local shops. That's what it's there for. And Hector, shoot me a message on IG and just verify that address for me. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.